In December 1980, United States military personnel, located at the twin bases of RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge in Suffolk, England, observed strange lights and one or more UFOs in the adjoining woodland, known as Rendlesham Forest, and over the military bases. At approximately 3 a.m. on December 26, security personnel on patrol near the east gate of RAF Woodbridge observed unusual lights which appeared to be descending into the forest. Upon leaving the base and entering Rendlesham Forest to investigate, several military personnel observed a metallic, triangular-shaped object with colored lights which had landed in a clearing. Two of the men approached the object, and one of the men was able to touch it. 2 nights later, the lights returned, and Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt decided to investigate the matter himself to debunk the issue and close the matter permanently. With a small party, Halt left the military base and entered Rendlesham Forest. Once in the forest, Halt's party encountered a UFO which navigated through the trees and, from time to time, sent beams of light to the ground. In order to document the investigation, Halt recorded comments during the investigation on a handheld tape recorder.
Feet or more from the initial, I should say, suspected impact point. Having a little difficulty, we can't get the light all to work. Seems to be some kind of mechanical problem. Let's send it back and get another light. Meantime, we're going to take some readings at the Gather and chase around the air a little bit, wait for another light all to come back in. Standing up. The security control. Yes, that's one of the pod number. Okay, we're now approaching the area within about 25-30 feet. What kind of readings are we getting? Anything? Just minor clicks. Minor clicks. What are the impressions? There's one. Is that a little bigger they are? Well, there's one more well to the security control. We're still getting clicks. Can we read that on a scale? Yes, sir. We're now on the 5/10 scale, and we're reading about third, fourth increment. Okay, we're still comfortably safe here. You don't have a light on, full gas ready? Security. Can you have them? There's still minor readings. The second with gas pod orientation. Security. This one's good. Let's go to the third one over here. Yes, now I'm getting some residual. I can read down. The meter's definitely giving the pulse. Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Let's go to the center of the area next and see what kind of reading we get out there. You're reading the clicks. I can't hear the clicks. Yes, got them up the center, Bruce? Okay, let's go to the center. Yes, I get it. That's the best deflection of needle I've seen yet. Okay, can you give me an estimation? We're on the 0.5 scale. We're getting... We have a couple of these. At approximately 01:25 hours. We're getting right at a half of a middle right now. Last point. I haven't seen it go any higher. Let's go farther. Okay, we'll go out toward the... Now it's picking up. This is out toward the number 1 indentation where we first got the strongest reading. Yeah, it's similar to what we got in the center. Not in a pod. It's mainly in the center. Looks like an area here possibly. It could be a blast. It's in the center. It's hard to tell. You gotta take this. My finger's about to freeze. Here too. Up to what, 7? What? Just jumped up to 7/10 there. 7/10 right there in the center? Uh-huh. We found a small blast, what looks like a blasted or scruffed up area here. We're getting very positive readings. Let's see, is that here the center? Yes, it is. This is what we would assume would be the dead center. Just picking up more as we go along the whole area here now. Up to 7/10 or 7 units, let's call it, on the .5 scale. Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we make a sweep? Here, I've got my gloves on now. Let's make a sweep out around the whole area, about 10 foot out, and make a perimeter run around it, starting right back here at the corner, back at the same first corner where we came in. Let's go right back here. Don't let it depend upon you counting the clicks.
Right.
Okay, let's
I'll tell you if it gets louder.
then I can put the light on it and sweep around it. It would flat. Put it on the ground every once in a while.
This looks like an abrasion on the tree.
Okay, we'll catch that on the way back. Let's go around. One guy hit it there.
I got the interest right over here. It looks like an abrasion points into the center of the
It is.
landing area.
It may be old though. There's some scent marks or something on it. Let's go on back around. All right.
So it gives some extension on there.
Yeah, this is an awkward thing to use, isn't it?
Oh, let me see, I carried on my ears, but this one broke.
Are we getting anything further? I'm going to shift to your quarter off till we find something.
Up here.
Picking up? What are we up to? We're up to 2, 3 units. Deflection, you're getting in close to one pod.
Picking up something. Picking up.
Okay, it's still not going above 3 or 4 units.
Picking up more frequent.
Yes, you're staying,
Together.
you're staying steady up around 2 to 3 to 4 units now. Yeah.
One of these trees that face into the blast, what we assume is a landing site, all have an abrasion facing in the same direction towards the center. The same
That's interesting. Well, let's go the rest of the way around the circle here. Turn it back down here.
Picking up something in the collection.
Let me see that. That's kind of funny. You're right about the abrasion. I've never seen a tree that's never seen a pine tree that's been damaged react that
I got
fast.
a bottle to put that in.
Yeah, you got a sample bottle?
Just
Let's
for
go ahead.
the soil.
Can I get some of that? Yeah, here. Let's stick this on the ground.
You'll notice they're all the same.
Okay, from now on, let's identify that as point number 1. That stake there. So you all know where it is if we have to sketch it. You got that, Sergeant Nevels?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
To the wood bridge.
Closest to the wood bridge base.
Point 1.
Be point 1. And let's go clockwise from there.
Point 2.
Point 2? So this tree is between point 2 and point 3.
And 2 other personnel requesting to rendezvous with you at your location.
Tell them negative at this time. We'll tell them when they can come out here. We don't want them out here right now.
Okay, the sample, you're going to mark this sample number 1.
Yes.
Have them cut it off and include some of that sap and all. Is between indentation 2 and 3 on a pine tree about 5 feet away, about 3.5 feet off the ground.
I've got some more, but
There's a round abrasion on the tree about 3.5, 4 inches in diameter. It looks like it might be old, but strange as a crystalline pine sap has come out that fast. You see those other trees here that are damaged in similar fashion?
Yes, all facing in towards the center of the landing site.
Okay, why don't you take a picture of that and remember your picture, and you got to be writing this down. It's going to be on the tape.
Got a tape measure with you?
This is the picture. Your first picture will be at the first tree, the one between Mark 2 and 3. Meantime, I'm going to look at a couple of these trees over here.
We are getting some.
You're getting readings on the tree you're taking samples from on the side facing the suspected landing site.
4 clicks max.
Up to 4. Interesting. That's right where you're taking the sample now. 4. That's the strongest point on the tree?
Yes, sir. If you come to the back, there's no clicks whatsoever.
No clicks at all on the back. It's all on the
Maybe one,
side
two.
facing the... Interesting. The indentations look like something twisted as it got, as it sat down on them. Looks like someone took something and sat it down and twisted it from side to side. Very strange. We're looking at the same tree we took the sample off with this, what do you call it, stethoscope?
Star
You're getting it.
getting a definite heat reflection off the tree, about 3 to 4 feet off the ground?
Yes, where the spot is.
Same place where the spot is. We're getting a heat.
The spot on the tree directly behind us, I picked up the same thing, and the one off to your right.
3 trees in the area, immediately adjacent to the site, within 10 feet of the suspected landing site. We're picking up heat reflection off the trees. What's that again?
Well, shine a light on again, Bob.
Well, you have trouble hitting Joel? Yeah.
Get right on the spot, and then when you want them,
okay, turn the light on.
You'll notice the white. Hey.
You're right. There's a white streak on the tree.
Indicates
Let me turn around and look at this tree over here now. Just a second. White streak right on the tree. I can see it. Wait a minute. Give me a little side lighting so I can find the tree. Okay. Off. I lost the tree. Okay, stop. Light off. Hey, this is eerie. This is strange. Here, somebody want to look at the spots in the ground? Whoops, what you know? We're walking all over the lawn here, sir. Okay, let's step back and not walk all over it. Come back here, somebody put a beam on them. Well, you're going to have to be back 10 or 15 feet. You see it?
Okay, fine.
Okay, lights off. What do you think about the spot? Yeah. Let's see at the first spot. Okay, that's what we call spot number 3. Let's go to the back corner and get spot number 1. Spot number 1. Here's spot number 1 right here. Spot number 1 right here. You need some light? There it is right there. You focused? Okay. Looking out spot number 1 through the starlight scope.
take a slight increase in light as I go over.
Slight increase in light at spot number 1. Let's go look at spot number 2. Spot number 2 is right over here. Right here. See it? Okay, get focused on it. Tell me when. Okay. Lights out. Let's see what we get on it.
Slight increase.
Just a slight increase?
Try to center.
The center spot. Well, it really isn't center. It's slightly off center. It's right there.
Looks more net.
Okay. I'm going to get your reading on it right there.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay, lights out. This is the center spot we're looking at now, almost the center.
Yeah, slight increase.
Slight increase there. This is slightly off center toward the 1-2 side. It's some type of abrasion or something in the ground where the pine needles are all pushed back, and where we get a high reading about deflection of 2 to 3, maybe 4, depending on the point on it.
Want to check it?
Yes.
You said there's a positive after effect?
Yes, there is definitely. That's on the center spot. There is an after effect.
What does that mean?
It means when the lights are turned off, once we are focused in and allow time for the eyes to adjust, we are getting an indication of a heat source coming out of that center spot, which will show up on the
Heat or some form of energy. It's hardly heat at this stage of the game. Looking directly overhead, one can see an opening in the trees, plus some freshly broken pine branches on the ground underneath. Looks like some of them came off about 15 to 20 feet up. Some small branches about an inch or less in diameter. Zero 148, we're hearing very strange sounds out of the farmer's barnyard animals. They're just very, very active, making an awful lot of noise.
Yes, and a pigmentation.
You just saw a light where?
Sir.
Wait, no, slow down. Where?
Right in this position here, straight ahead, in between the tree. There it is again. Watch, straight ahead off my flash right there, sir. There it is.
Hey, I see it too. What is it?
We don't know, sir.
So can I get some of it? Yeah, it's a strange, small red light. Looks to be out maybe a quarter to half mile, maybe further out. I'm going to switch off it. The light is gone now. It was approximately 120 degrees from the site. Is it back again?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dash the flashlight set. Let's move out to the edge of the clearing so we can get a better look at it. See if you can get the star scope on it. The light's still there, and all the barnyard animals have gotten quiet now. Yeah, we're heading about 110 to 120 degrees from the site out through to the clearing now. Still getting a reading on the meter. About 2 clicks. Meter's jumped 3 to 4 clicks, getting stronger.
Now it's stopped. Now it's coming up. Hold up. There we go. It's about approximately 4 foot off the ground. It's coming to 110 degrees.
All right, just turn the meter off. Got to say that again. About 4 feet off the ground, about 110 degrees, getting a reading of about 4 clicks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Excuse me. Now it's dying.
no, it's not. I think it's something other than the ground. I think it's something variable here.
Tree right over.
We just frightened the first night bird we've seen. We're about 150 or 200 yards from the site. Everything else is just deathly calm. There's no doubt about it. There's some type of strange flashing red light ahead.
There's yellow.
I saw a yellow tinge in it, too. Weird. It appears to be maybe moving a little bit this way. It's brighter than it has been.
Yellow.
It's coming this way. It is definitely coming this way. Pieces of it are shooting off. There is no doubt about it. This is weird.
To the left.
Yeah, definitely moving left.
Two lights. One light to the front,
Okay.
one light to the left.
Keep the flashlights off. There's something very, very strange. Keep the headset on. See if it gets any stronger. Okay. Give us a rundown.
Notation that this is on a beta reading, too.
It's on the beta reading?
Beta
Okay.
shield has been removed.
Okay. Pieces are falling off it again.
But it just moved to the right.
Yeah.
Off to the right.
Strange. Oh, well, why don't you go to the left? Let's approach to the edge of the woods up there. Can you want to do it without lights? Let's do it carefully. Come on. Okay, we're looking at the thing. We're probably about 200 to 300 yards away. It looks like an eye winking at you. It's still moving from side to side. And when you put the star scope on it, it sort of has a hollow stare, or a dark stare. It's like the pupil of an eye looking at you and winking. And the flash is so bright to the star scope that it almost burns your eye. We passed the farmer's house and across in the next field. Now we have multiple sightings of up to 5 lights with a similar shape and all, but they seem to be steady now rather than a pulsating or glow with a red flash. We just crossed the creek, and we're getting what kind of readings now? Getting 3 good clicks on the meter, and we're seeing strange lights in the sky. 244, we're at the far side of the second farmer's field, and made sighting again about 110 degrees. This looks like it's clear out to the coast. It's right on the horizon. Moves about a bit and flashes from time to time. Still steady or red in color. Also, after negative readings in the center of the field, we're picking up slight readings, 4 or 5 clicks now on the meter. 305, we see strange strobe-like flashes to the rather sporadic, but there's definitely something, some kind of phenomenon. 305 at about 10 degrees horizon directly north. We've got 2 strange objects, half-moon shape, dancing about with colored lights on them. About, guess to be about 5 to 10 miles out, maybe less. The half-moons have now turned into full circles. As though there was an eclipse or something there for a minute or two. 315 now, we've got an object about 10 degrees directly south, 10 degrees off the horizon. And the ones to the north are moving, one's moving away from us.
It's moving out fast.
Yeah, we're both heading north.
Okay.
Hey, here he comes from the south. He's coming toward us now. Now we're observing what appears to be a beam coming down to the ground. This is unreal. 330, and the objects are still in the sky, although the one to the south looks like it's losing a little bit of altitude. We're turning around and heading back toward the base. The object to the south is still beaming down lights to the ground. 0500 hours, one object still hovering over Woodbridge Base at about 5 to 10 degrees off the horizon, still moving erratic and similar lights and beaming down as earlier.
After his investigation, Halt wrote a memo detailing a sanitized version of the night's events which was submitted to his superiors and the British Ministry of Defence. The Ministry of Defense, the United States Air Force, and other governmental bodies investigated the incident and came to similar conclusions, which stated that nothing happened in December 1980 at the bases of RAF Woodbridge and RAF Bentwaters, and that the lights seen by military personnel were most likely from a nearby lighthouse, as well as stars, other astronomical bodies and astronomical events such as fireballs and meteors. Finally, they concluded the incident posed no threat to the military bases, their personnel, or the national security of Britain or the United States. As of 2005, due to public interest, the Forestry Commission created a trail in Rendlesham Forest nicknamed the UFO Trail. In 2014, the Forestry Service commissioned an artist to create a sculpture to be placed at the end of the trail. The sculpture is based upon sketches that were made by military personnel who took part of the events which occurred in December 1980.